Mr. Boo.
Hey everybody, what is up? It is I, Mr. Boo, Entertainment Guru, the Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru, right here on YouTube. Throw the thing up. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, ring a bell if you'd like to. Do with that what you will. Today, we are discussing my spoiler-free review, what I think, what I thought, and how I feel about Terrifier 3. That's right, I finally saw this movie, Terrifier 3. I got to see it on Halloween night, which pushed my videos back. It interrupted some of my streaming time, but I had to go see it. I had to see it, and it was Halloween night, and what better way to start off this Thanksgiving, holiday, Christmas cheer season than with a little bit of fear, right? What's better than Christmas cheer? A little bit of Christmas fear. That's what I'm saying. And Santa Claus came to clown. Yeah, Santa Claus came to clown, and the clown came to town. There we go. That's how we're going to talk, and we're going to break it down. What did I think about Terrifier 3? Did it deliver? You know I'm a little bit biased when it comes to Art the Clown and All Hallows Eve and Terrifier 2 and just the whole franchise. But I'm going to try to be fair on this one, and I'm going to give it the critiques that it deserves, because after all, I'm supposed to be this movie guru guy, right? That's the YouTube persona I took. So let's be fair and let's put it down the middle. You saw, if you watched it, you did see my like when the reviews were rolling in, the early reviews from people who got to actually see it at this event in Texas. And I kind of said, you know, this is what's supposed to be good, this is what's supposed to be good and great. And then this is what's supposed to be bad, and this is what brings the film down. Literally, this is kind of a recap of that video, because I agree with what I said in that video. I agree with IGN. I agree with other YouTubers. I agree wholeheartedly that this movie, I love it. It's like the best Terrifier movie out of the franchise. I love all of them. I love All Hallows Eve, Terrifier 2, and 3 all equally. But I have to say this one amped up that slasher presence, that unaliving body count, that it was Christmas-based horror, and that's always a plus. But where it you know came through, where it's getting its $60+ million in the theater, it kind of failed to hit home with people, much like my wife, where I found that the story was there, the story was subtle, but you had to really look for it, and a lot of it is kind of like film theory, which I am going to do an Art the Clown film theory. I'm just not sure when. I might have to watch the entire series from All Hallows Eve all the way to Terrifier 3 again. So when that drops and I actually purchase Terrifier 3, I'm going to watch the whole thing, and then we'll bring that, you know, that film theory to light. But let's just get into it. Again, same as before. I mean, it definitely brought the slasher feel. The practical effects, the special effects, the makeup effects, all the effects were gruesome. They were gory. They were terrifying, if I will. They were stomach churning. They were vomit inducing. They were unsettling, to say the least. And there was no CGI red stuff. So, you know, I know you're working on that Pinocchio film, which I will have a video up shortly on that, their Pooh-verse. But like I said, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey has got to get rid of that CGI red stuff. Practical effects is the way to go. If you need some, like, help, maybe Damien Leone can help you, or Leone, however you pronounce his name. Terrifier series is bringing back practical effects, and they're bringing it back with a bang. Practical effects were 10 out of 10. There were even some parts where I was like, like, but I'm used to it. I grew up watching the Freddy, the Jason, the Leatherface, the Chucky, the Michael. I'm used to seeing all that. And Terrifier just, it takes it to that whole new level where I'm even like, that's awesome! Don't lose my lunch, but that's awesome! Like, or I'm, ow, or oh my god, that's painful. Special practical effects, makeup effects, all the effects are 10 out of 10. They nailed it on that one. The acting between the final girl, Art the Clown, there's so much chemistry between the two of them. Damien Leone nailed these two characters when he brought them together. Like, you already had David Howard Thornton, who was just amazing and Charlie Chaplin-esque in his performance, and it's even better and more creative and more storytelling in this with how Art portrays his emotions, and there's just some comedy in it because like he meets Santa Claus and he's like a little kid in a candy store, and then he's like trying to be nice to children and he's sitting down being Santa Claus and he's trying to tell the security guards, I'm Santa, while they're kicking him out. Nothing major with the plot or anything there, so like I said, we're gonna stay out of spoilers, but I had to mention those two scenes because like you're getting everything he's feeling, all of his emotion. When somebody ticks him off, you're getting that like stare, and the makeup moves with him, the prosthetics move. Like his acting is like, I'm gonna say David Howard Thornton is our new age Charlie Chaplin from The Ninth Circle. Comment down below if you know that, The Ninth Circle of Hell. Charlie Chaplin from The Ninth Circle of Hell. David Howard Thornton, your performance, 10 out of 10. I cannot remember the lady who plays Sienna's name. I think it's Lauren something. Comment down below if you know her name, but the lady playing Sienna, you stepped it up from Terrifier 2 to a whole new level. You are getting to like Jamie Lee Curtis status, but please don't let that end with Halloween Ends or Terrifier Ends. Please don't go out the way Laurie Strode went. Don't go out the way Jamie Lee Curtis went. Please, Sienna. Please stay top tier final girl. The chemistry between these two is perfect all the way through, so I'm going to say, along with the practical special effects, makeup effects, along with all the effects, the acting, top freaking notch between the two that are trying to convey the story. Victoria, the lady who plays Victoria, man, are you okay? Ma'am, you might have PTSD after playing this role. You might have nightmares. Ma'am, this might stick with you forever because what you did with that shard of glass, I mean, there's a term for that, and I don't think I'm going to say it on YouTube because it would spoil stuff, and it would probably get me in trouble. So, the lady played Victoria, shout out to you two. Your acting was top notch. So the acting is good, the effects are good, the creativity is good, and you're sitting here probably wondering, well, like if the acting and the special effects and the creative effects and the makeup effects and all the effects in the world and are good, and there's a big kill count, and that's really good, and people are being unalived in most imaginary, gruesome ways. What could be wrong with this movie? And like I had touched on earlier, and like I touched on previously in the video with the reviews coming in early, lack of story. Lack of story, too much gory. But I mean, I love the gore. But there could have been more story. There could have been a little bit more there. We're wanting to know more. Now, I like keeping Art the Clown a mystery, and I do like what they did with the flashbacks. You will see flashbacks, if you haven't seen it, with Sienna and her father, and some commentary and reactional scenes between her and her niece. And there is story, but it's lightly sprinkled on, like a little bit of Salt Bae. You know, it's lightly sprinkled on, lightly drizzled in to keep us wondering what's coming for Terrifier 4. And it's in production, and I don't know what he's going to do. Story? More. Gore? More. All of it. Just give it to us all. I don't even care if the movie's 3 hours, dude. Damien, listen, you got to give it to us. But I still want Art to be kind of shrouded in mystery. I don't know why. I still want... Because I think we know by now he's definitely from the Ninth Circle of Hell. Comment down below if you know what I keep saying, Ninth Circle. And I think we know in this movie, certain things happen that also back that up. There's also the supernatural stuff we saw in Terrifier 2 making a return in Terrifier 3. And there's definitely some demonic possession things going on. Guys, minus the story, this movie is great. If you are a Terrifier fan, if you are an Art the Clown fan, if you are a slasher and body horror fan, and you like gruesomeness, this is a film for you. If you like Christmas horror movies, this is the film for you. All the effects were good. The acting is through the freaking roof. The gore through the freaking roof. The acting, wonderful. The story. The story's just not quite there. And we're looking for more, even though I still think a shroud needs to be over Art and kind of shroud the complete thing and still leave us like guessing when this franchise finally comes to an end and see if we were see if our thoughts make any sense. I like that. I like not knowing exactly what's going on, because we know he's some sort of supernatural creature or demon. We know that. Just sprinkle a little story in there and let us know about Sienna's dad. Let us know about Sienna. Let us know about how it's kind of like a heaven and hell thing going on, as you saw in Terrifier 2, where she had the angel wings and she was like this warrior angel. That plays a part again coming into Terrifier 3. Now, the only other thing I could say besides that is the movie's great. I give it a 9 out of 10. If the story was there, it would have been a 10 out of 10. Terrifier 2 was a 10 out of 10 in my book, because it had the story, it had the gore, it had the Terrifier, it had Art the Clown, it had comedy, it had everything you wanted in one of these films. So the only thing that I could say in my closing statements is I didn't find the infamous shower scene to be that bad. I didn't find the first 5 or 10 minutes of the film to be that bad. So if you're one of those people who are just kind of like, you know what, people were walking out in the beginning, people were leaving the theater, people were getting sick. Yeah, it's painful to watch. The acting is very good. Excuse me. The acting is so terrific that you do feel the people's screams. You do feel their pain. You do feel every ounce, every half ounce of emotion that they are feeling. The acting is through the roof. And if you are an empath, if you are empathetic, you are going to feel the pain of these people. You're going to feel the pain of loss. You're going to feel the pain of being ripped apart. They do a great job at just unsettling your stomach, unnerving you, but it doesn't show what people thought it was going to actually show. It shows the aftermath. So if you've seen All Hallows Eve, at the end when it shows what happened when the babysitter didn't check on the kids, that's kind of what it shows. It just shows aftermath of things that deal with younger people. And the shower scene's not as bad. I don't even think the bedroom scene in number 2 was as bad as number 1 when he was using the saw. So, the movie's not as bad. I think, honestly, with Victoria, again, sorry, ma'am, you're going to have PTSD or nightmares or something after playing this role. I think what she does with the glass shard is the most disturbing part of anything. And I think when that started happening, I kind of wanted to get up and be like, I got to use the restroom. I can't watch what's going on here. But 9 out of 10, all the effects, freaking terrific, through the roof, acting through the roof, makes your stomach churn sometimes with the screams and the anguish, and everyone does their part well, especially David Howard Thornton, Charlie Chaplin from the Ninth Circle of Hell, and the lady who plays Sienna. Again, comment down below if you know her name. It's like Lauren something. The action, the comedy, the body count, the gore, everything was there. We just could have used a little more story. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and I will warn you, it is disturbing. It is not for the weak at heart. But I didn't see any reason why I'd walk away. I'd get up and leave. I mean, my teenage daughter watched all of them and never once got sick or anything. My wife, she's an empath. She said, as well as the acting was played, it didn't get to her. And normally she'll be like, oh my God, I can't. Oh my God, I feel their pain. But me being the horror fan that I am, there were some scenes where I was like, oh, especially just beware if you haven't seen it when Victoria picks up a shard of glass and is watching Art the Clown do his thing. I'm just going to drop a hint that she gets a little anxious, if you know what I mean, with the glass shard. So that's fun to watch. Not really. But the movie is great, 9 out of 10. Like I said, the script just lacked a lot of story, but I think they said they were saving a lot of that for Terrifier 4. So we'll see. Great franchise, great film. So glad I got to see it on Halloween, and this has been my spoiler-free review. I give it a 9 out of 10. If you are a fan of Art the Clown, Terrifier series, All Hallows Eve, or just a fan of gross, gory slasher films, this is the film for you. Or maybe you like your Hollies and Jollies just a little bit on the red drippy drip side, then it's for you. I've been Mr. Boo, Entertainment Guru, and my break's almost over, so I got to go back and start working. But I figured I'd come out here and work for you with this video. So until next time, Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru, I give Art the Clown's new movie, Terrifier 3, a 9 out of 10. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.